Yes, I'm Dutch. I have a British accent because I used to be, or still am, I don't know, I used to be an English teacher, now I'm a life coach, and I help women become the best version of themselves. And that's amazing because that's, a really, really great thing to do. I want to talk about fear. Many people think that I'm fearless. Right now, I'm shaking. My heart is beating. I feel fear. But why am I here? Because I care about this. And I actually used to suffer from anxiety disorder for 7 years, and I was on antidepressants, and it was pure hell. But I got out of it. And I always like sharing this story, even though while I was in it, it wasn't so nice. But it has actually allowed me to understand who I really am and share that with the world and serve from vulnerability instead of, the idea that you sometimes get from life coaches. You can do it, you go for it, and just, always be pushing through everything. Know what our biggest strength is actually our vulnerability. So anyway, I know very well what it feels like to be in fear. And many times we let fear stop us. I would like everybody in the room, including the men, I'm making an exception tonight, to think about one thing that you care about so much. Something that you would love to do that scares the living daylight out of you. So just take a moment to think about one thing that you think would be amazing, but also scares you to death. You got it? 2 more seconds? Okay. Now, another question. What would you like to be remembered for? So we're all going to die at some point, newsflash. I know it's not really nice to talk about this, especially Italians tend to start touching parts of their body to fend that off. But, it's happening. At some point you're going to die. And what do you want people to say about you at your funeral? She worked such a great 9-to-5 job, always in her office, at her desk, on time. Or she always wore such beautiful clothes. Or he had so much money in the bank. Or he drove a wonderful car. Is that what you want people to say about you? Great, keep on doing that. I am guessing that that is not what you want to be remembered for. Probably what you want to be remembered for has something to do with this big fucking scary dream of yours. Yeah, am I right? Well, at least for me, it is the case. I want to be remembered for getting on stage and inspiring people worldwide. Is it scary? Yes. Am I doing it? Yes. Why? Because I know that what scares you, what gives you fear and anxiety and all that shit, is actually the thing that you care about most. So let's reframe fear here a little bit. Every time it comes up, it actually means that this is very, very, very important to you. Because your value is behind your fear. We usually run away when we feel fear, and we go like, oh, this is probably wrong, I need to protect myself. Well, what if it wasn't the case? What if fear was actually telling you, this is what you need to go for, but, let's do this really well because it's so important. And what if fear was actually just an emotion? Which it is. And what if fear was something that you can just feel and see your hand shaking, feel your heart beating, and feel the anxiety, but still get on stage and share your story? Now then, you have freedom. Because when fear doesn't stop you anymore, then you can do whatever you want. And yes, you can fulfill that dream. And yes, you can be remembered for that thing that you want to be remembered for. But it starts with realizing that fear is just a feeling and that it doesn't have to stop you. Okay? let's do a little maths here. Like I said, originally an English teacher, so it's not my best quality. But let's say that we die at around 80, maybe now 100 years old. How old are you? Yeah, you know how old you are, probably, if you're not drunk. 80, 100 years old. So deduct your age from 80, 100. How many years do you have left to go for your dream? To do what you really care about, to do what you want to be remembered for? A bit less than you thought? Or maybe more? So you're like, I still have time. Well, do you really? Because every year that you procrastinate and you say, I'm going to do that next year, I'm going to say that I'm a professional writer when I'll have published a book, or I'm going to write a publishing agency or like a record label when I will have written 10 songs, or I will become a professional biker when I actually know how to ride my bike instead of walk next to it and take it outside. It's up to you. You can choose, and you can decide to own who you are and what you do. I could also, stay on that sofa and talk to my lovely friend and not ask her to shoot this video, which is now being broadcast live on my Facebook page. Confidence Coach, Life Coach Sophie. Confidence Coach is Sophie Charlotte, just change it. So that's why I didn't remember it well. I could also not do that. But if tonight I have one person in this room who is like, fuck that shit, I only have 30 years left to do what I really care about, and tomorrow makes the first step, then this uncomfortable feeling of fear has been worth it, and this is what I care about. So I am willing to feel uncomfortable in order to do what matters to me. And I would love, love, love to invite you to do the same, because the world needs what we've got. Okay? So fuck your fear and do it. Woo!